Welcome to part 4 of the TikTok clone tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to go ahead and set up the comments bottom sheet for a video post. And if that doesn't take too long, then we'll go ahead and probably work on possibly user profiles. I don't know if I'll get to that yet or not. But we may definitely work on making a post. So we'll try and get to that in this tutorial, but let's go ahead and work on the comments section. Having looked over TikTok and seeing kind of how they have their comments set up nowadays, they've definitely made some changes since the last time I looked. So I'm gonna set up the comments similar, I think, to how they used to have it. Not really how they have it now, but it'll still be effective for what we're wanting to do here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is create a bottom sheet to get started. Just going to use pretty much any one of these templates because I'm just going to erase everything and start fresh from it. Just use this one. I'll just label that feed comments. And I'm going to go ahead and switch over to iPhone 13 view. And I'm going to jump out of that real quick so that I can control this handlebar down here. And let me grab the container because I'm going to set a definite height for the time being to work with. So let's make it a little bigger than that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of this stuff out of here. I don't need any of this right now. So get rid of the column as well so that I just have the bottom sheet background. And let me go back here real quick, and I want to go ahead and assign that here. So I'm going to just grab the entire column. I think actually I'll just grab the icon button for the comments and go ahead and assign that a bottom sheet action to open that bottom sheet. And let's set the height to 70% of the screen. And we'll leave the rest of that the way it is, and we're going to go ahead and define the parameter for that. So it would be feed reference. Oops. And confirm that, and then let's pass the reference to the current feed that we're on. Feed document and feed reference. Okay, so now we can jump back over here and start working with our bottom sheet. Oops. All right, so I'm going to grab this container and I'm going to go ahead and reference that. Let's see here. Okay, that'll work. All right, so a couple of things I want to do here. The first thing I'm going to start with is I'm going to go ahead and add a stack because I'm going to stack a few things in here. And then I'm going to add, I don't necessarily need a container, but I guess we'll use it anyway, just for good measure. Kind of shrink that down a little bit. And let me look real quick and see what my corners are set to here. 16, okay. So I do want that to match, so there's no overlap. All right. And then in this container, I'm going to add, I think I'll do a column and set that to the middle. And then I'm going to add a row. And this is not really necessary to bring these in, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to set that to the middle. And then I'm going to add text, and I'm going to set that to combine text. And I'm going to go in here to my feed document. Let's see here. No, that's not. That's right. I don't have that in there. Okay. It's not where I have that at. So let's go ahead. Trying to think of the best way I want to do this. I guess I'll grab it at the. Well, I'll grab it at the at that container, and I'm going to go ahead and query my comments. And my variable for the parent is going to be this feed reference here, which I could use. I'm going to use this one just to be sure here. And I want to get a count rather than a list. Okay. Now I should be able to go in here and combine text. Go, and I got my comments count. Do my number format as compact, and I'll set my default variable to 0, and then I'm just going to put comments. All right, and change that. Okay. And then also in this row, I'm going to add a icon button. I'm going to make that a little smaller. And we'll have this as a dismissal for the bottom sheet. And then I'm going to go in here to my text field, and I'm going to expand it, and then I'm going to set its alignment to center. Okay, that should work. All right, so now that that's taken care of, let's go back over to our widget tree. Let's go to our stack, and I'm going to go ahead and add a column. Get that centered, and I'm going to bring that down to 75 padding at the top, and then I think I'll just do 24 at the bottom for now, and then I'm going to add a list view in there, and I guess I'll just leave it fully expanded there. That'll be fine. And I do want my column to be scrollable, which that reminds me that's not where I want that. That's right. That needs to be centered. And we're going to bring our column back up here. Now let's see where our, okay, that'll work right there. Okay. All right, that's what we want. And then we'll put something in the list view in here just a second. Let's go ahead and go to our stack again, and I'm going to grab another container and put it all the way down there at the bottom, set its width to infinite, and I'm just going to kind of shrink that down a little bit. In TikTok, looks like you've got some selection of emojis above the comment field. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to do the emojis right now. I'm just going to stick strictly to the comment field. So I'm just going to drop a row in here, and I am going to pull that off the sides a little bit. And then go ahead and put an image in there, around circle image, and I'm going to make that quite a bit smaller. That looks okay. We do need to make this smaller here. Okay. And then I'm going to set that to my authenticated users photo. All right, and now I need a text field. So I'm going to, let's see how they have it in here. I'm just testing here with what they've got. Okay, so I think what they're doing, I'm going to actually grab a container, put it in there, and then set that to 20. That should work. Yeah, that's right. It's dependent upon my external container, so I'm going to have to use padding here. Might be a little much. Yeah, that's way too much. So let's go to 8 and see if that'll work. Yeah, okay, that'll work. And then let's pull that out here. Okay, maybe a little bit further. And I'm going to set the fill color. It's just kind of a light gray. Not really what I want. This one. Yeah, it'll work. And then I'm going to round the edges. I'm going to do 35, see what that looks like. Maybe more. Do 50. All right, that should work there. And now that I have that done, I do want to adjust this a little bit more. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, now let's see here. I'm gonna have to put a row inside this field. And we do want to pull that off the edge a little bit. Do 6 and 6 and see how that looks. And then we're going to add a text input field. Okay, so it's gonna let me change that. And max lines can be a variable, minimum lines be 1. And let's go over here into our widget tree, and in that row, I'm actually going to add another row. It should bring us back. Yeah, it's a little better. And then we got like some stuff to tag people with. So we can do this. There we go. And we'll use that one. And then it looks like there's a gift button, an emoji button, and then a send button. So I think maybe we'll work with gifts. So we'll drop that in there. We do need to put some spacing here. And duplicate that. And we'll add this as like a send button, which they have like a little arrow and a circle. It's something like this, I think. That's what they have. Which looks like they have it filled. So let's change that. I don't see a filled option. Maybe I'm looking at it. I may be scanning right past it, for all I know. Okay, let's see, what is this? Let's do that. Okay, I guess it's not gonna. All right, so I guess that there. Well, here's a filled option here. Let's try that one, and let's actually make it a little smaller, and then we can change the color to that kind of pinkish color that they have going on there. And then I want to actually scoot that in some, and I think I want to move these apart just a little bit more. Okay, and let's do 4. All right, so we got that taken care of. It's actually quite a bit more space between those. I'm worried about that. People with large fingers might have trouble tapping those if they're too close together. What's going on here? Oh. Okay. Yeah, that might work now. So let me see here. The hint text. Trying to decide how I want to do this. So I want it to. We're gonna come back to that. We're not gonna finish that yet. All right. So let's go ahead and add comments to our list view. And looking at TikTok here real quick. We're going to just add a container in here. And it looks like it's all kind of the same color there. So let's bring that in 16 and 16, I think, be fine. And then the space between them, we'll do 20. Yeah, that might be a little much. Let's do 16 for now. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and add, let's see what we've got. Let's do a row. And let's actually stick that up there at the top like that. Grab a circle image here. Okay. And then let's grab a column. Let's get that out a little bit, maybe 10 would be better. All right, and then we're going to see here. Let's get that over to the side. I'm just going to put a placeholder here for now. And we'll set this to be the comment itself. Yeah, let's see what else we got. Okay. So let's do a row inside that. And let's move it down just a little bit. Not much, maybe 4. And then we're going to add some text. And next to that row, that's more text. Okay. And add some spacing between them. All right. Okay, and then out on this row, let's see here. Oops, that's not what I want. There we go. So actually I need more rows. So I need to put a row in here and add these into that row. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Oops. And then just duplicate. Just that doesn't need to be padded there. And then it looks like split it end to end. And then we've got another row with a like button, which we will do a toggle icon for that. It's also got a count, it looks like. All right, so actually need to put another row inside the row. A lot of rows. And we're going to add a search for that toggle icon and some text. And then in the main row, this one here, we're going to add another toggle icon. I guess I could have just used that one row. It's all right though. Okay, so now we need to start getting things configured here. So now we can adequately move this stuff around a little bit and give us some more space to work with. And I'm also going to shrink these down, make them quite a bit smaller here. Let's see, in the icon size, let's do 20 and see what that looks like. It should work. I'll do that for this as well. And put space between us there. Okay, now we've got something to work with in here. So let's go ahead and go to our list view. It's containing all of this and generate our comments. So I'm going to do backend query and query collection, and I'm going to query comments. And the parent variable will be set to the feed reference that we passed in. And we're just going to leave it as list of documents, and I'm going to set just a limit. You can do whatever you want here, but I'm just going to do that. And I don't think I need any filters, no. And order by, we'll do date created is decreasing, so the newest one shows up first. Okay. And then I need to fix this real quick here. Go to our column and send that to the back. And let's move it down some here. It's a little too far. that should work there. All right, so now we're generating our list. That's good. Okay, so should all be correct now. Okay. All right, now we need to pull in data about the user and obviously information about the comments as well. So I think what I'll do, I'll just pull in on the container that's containing the entire comment. I'm going to do backend query, document from reference. I'm going to select users, and then I'm going to go into the comments document and select the created by reference. And now I can plug in this user's username, display name, and I can put their photo in here. And let's go ahead and change this a little bit. And we can get the comment from the comments document. And I do need to make sure my container does not have a defined height, because I need it to be able to expand with the comment content, obviously. Which, let's see here real quick. I might do this. There we go. Okay, that'll work. Yeah. Okay, so now we got the user's display name, their photo, the content of the actual comment. Now over here, let's see, what is this? This would be the date that it was posted. So let's go to the comments document and do date created and time format. And we will do, I think they have it as month and day. They're using a dash though, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I could do a moment ago. I'll just do it like this, so it'll be fine. Okay, and then this, I believe, is a reply button. Yeah, so we're going to type that as reply and make it semi-bold. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Okay. Let's see here. I like how that's off there. Looks weird, so I'm actually going to increase the size of the date as well so it looks more even top to bottom. All right, and then this is going to be a like button, so let's set the off to empty and on to a filled. And then we can change the color of that. Which I don't think in the comments I have likes set up. Go in here and get liked by users count. Get number of items, and we will change that to compact, and we'll set the default variable to 0. And then we want to set this comments document, liked by users. Oops. List contains item authenticated user. Okay. And then we can set the action flow for this. Comments document, liked by user. This contains item, authenticated user. If true, and we want to update the comments document, that reference, liked by users, remove from set, and authenticated user. And we'll go ahead and copy that, paste it over here, and change that to add to set. All right, so that takes care of that. And then I think this is like a downvote button, I think. And so, how they have it set up in there is you can't like and downvote at the same time. So we're actually not going to worry about that. You can like it or you can dislike it. All right, so that's good to go there. All right, so let's go ahead and get the reply to button, everything set up. So I'm going to go ahead and change the hint field here to, I'm just going to put type comment. All right, what I need to do is a couple of things I want this to do when I do the reply to button. I want it to fill in their display name here, but I also need to grab a reference tag for them so when we create the comments document, it can tag them. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm actually going to create an app state variable, and I'm going to set this as as a good reference for me there, and document reference type will be users. I'm going to leave persisted turned off because I don't want it to persist, and I'll go ahead and create that. All right, and then I'm going to grab this entire row right here. Instead of just trying to highlight this little text field as a button, I'll do the row, give it a little bit more space for the user to tap on. And I'm going to go ahead and add my first action, which is going to update the app state. The field will be that tagged user comment that I just created. And select update, I'm going to set the value, and I'm going to go to my users document, which is referencing who made this comment. And I'm going to get that user reference there and update that app state variable. So now I've got a reference point to that user. Whoops. But I need to set another action here. And this action, I'm going to have it set form field, and there's my text field. It's the only text field on this bottom sheet. And I'm going to do it as a variable value. And I'm going to do combine text, and let's do like that. We'll do another one. We'll set that as a variable, and we'll set it to that user who we are replying to, and we're going to set it to their display name. All right. So when you tap that, again, it'll update the app state variable so that you've got a reference point to that tagged user, and it'll update your field here and show replying to at their display name. And then you can come in here and you can type out your comment to reply to that person. Let's see, we do need to add that in here somewhere. So do that in just a second. So let's go ahead and do our create comment here. So Firestore, we're going to create a document, and that's going to be a comment. And the parent variable is the feed document. Let's add our fields in here. Okay. And date created would obviously be a global property at current time. Created by would be our authenticated user. Content be from that text field. We don't need that. And it's possible that we actually need to set yeah, I think we need to set a condition just to be certain. So let's actually add a condition real quick here and take care of that. And we're going to go to app state and tagged user comment. No, sorry. We need to do it as a single condition. And app state tagged user comment. And we want to put it as is set. And we'll copy that action and paste it here. Delete that. And then the tagged user reference would be from our app state. We'll grab that. And then we can copy this and paste it over here. And if that tagged user reference in the app state is not set, then we would just get rid of this so it won't try and tag anybody in there. And then we want to update our app state and go ahead and clear out that tag. So let's grab this one and clear value. And we actually don't want it to do any of this. So we need to make sure we correct that on the other side too. No, that doesn't matter. Yeah, only on this side. Okay. Let's see, no rebuild. Okay. All right, so that's taken care of then. So all that's looking good. Now I need to go back up here real quick to my container, and my height needs to be expandable. Same thing here, which that's going to make it gigantic. But it needs to be able to expand with our text field. So let's see here. Let's shrink this back down. It's still pretty big. Oh goodness. Try and get this thing set just right here. All right, that'll work. Okay, so that takes care of that. I do need to go back in here real quick. Need to add another action after that takes place, and we want to clear our text field. There we go. All right, so that should be good to go there. We do need to have some kind of reference point that this was a reply to message. So I guess we could just do it this way. It's not ideal. That's going to be a problem. I don't know. Don't really. We'll think about that and come back to it. I'm not overly concerned about adding in something to indicate a reply to, but we do need to take it into consideration. And then, of course, we need to add something here for this where we tag a user. So Really, we're gonna, I don't know how. I guess let me check TikTok and see how they do it. Oops. Okay, so it just registers something from typing in there. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I've been working on a custom code where you can just type in a user's username and tag them that way, but I don't have that finished yet. So we're not going to do tags here. Just do a present and a send button. And if you want to reply to somebody, you can do it that way. There's another way we could do tags where it would actually pop up another bottom sheet over this bottom sheet and give you a list of like your friends or followers or whatever, and you could tag them that way. But it's a little sloppy. It's better if you can, press that @ sign and then type their name and choose from a list that way. It makes it a little bit cleaner. But again, that custom code isn't finished yet. I haven't had time to work on it, so we're not going to worry about tagging like that right now. We'll implement some kind of tagging whenever we do an actual feed post, I think. Okay. All right, so let me see here. See how that looks. Yeah, we do want to kind of get it up off the bottom so it's not sitting at the very bottom of the screen. So I just grabbed the container that contains this entire text field and I padded the bottom by 16. Just get it kind of up off the bottom there. All right, so I think that's about it for the comments. I believe that's all we need to do here right now. Obviously, we are going to have to, whenever we get user profiles set up, we'll have to assign this so that you can tap on that and go to their profile. We need to do something with presence. I don't really know. I know what that is with TikTok. Well, present. I guess it's just a present that you give to the video, maybe. And you have to pay for it. So, okay. I guess that's what you do. All right. Well, I guess I'm just going to hold off on that for now, and come back to it. Make myself a note. And actually need to make another comment. Okay. So give me a little reminder there of what I need to do on this page. All right, so I think that's it. That's it for now on this one. And let's see, do they have it? Okay, so they have it so you can swipe the comment bottom sheet away. So we'll leave that there to be able to close it, but we'll also make it so that it is dismissible so they can actually swipe down and get rid of it that way if they want to. So aside from that, everything else looks good here. Ooh, I don't want that. I don't want autofocus turned on. We want that off. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's all for the comments section. Looking through that, I think that's it. We do have the update app state to clear that. Okay, yeah. All right, that's it for that one. So let's go back. I don't know what that's telling me. And I want to look at a preview real quick. Just make sure that's doing what I want it to do. Yeah. Okay. That looks good. All right, so that's all we need for that then. Yeah, okay. And that's working. That's working. All right. So this tutorial took a little bit longer, which I guess is expected. I do need to go over and assign the comments, the bottom sheet to this one as well, which isn't a big deal. I can just use the same one. But anyway, so that's it for this tutorial. Since it went a little bit longer than expected, we'll just stop here with the comments. And then in the next one, we'll continue working with this stuff here. Yeah, and we'll get moving on that as well. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll be back with another one soon.